What is up, everyone? Welcome back. I'm ACHARA KIRK, joined by STEPH, SABRAW.
Hello.
What up, bro?
What up?
We're carrying on with season 2 of Daredevil. This time we're on episode 8. It's called Guilty as Sin. So if you guys want to watch the entire episode along with us without any cuts or interruptions, you can do that by joining our Patreon, patreon.com/Jaby KOAY, or by becoming a member here on the channel. You will need your own Disney Plus subscription, though, in order to open the show up in an adjacent window to our reaction. We give you a 3 to 1 countdown sync and make it really easy for you to join in with us, so it's super fun. Come join us there. And if you're here on YouTube, please don't forget to subscribe, click that bell icon with all notifications switched on, and upvote this video if you are enjoying what you are watching. I'm very excited to carry on with this, so let's do it. Whoa.
They're on all sides.
40 stories.
I got a problem.
Ninjas.
No, you don't get it. I can't get a read on these guys. There's no sound. There's no heartbeat. There's nothing.
Don't focus on the fighters. Track the weapons. They have swords.
Yeah, swords I can hear.
Oh, they're all ninjas.
Oh shit.
They're all like Nobu.
Yeah.
Woo!
Or like stick.
This is gonna be a tough one.
Oh dang. But Elektra knew her shit though.
Yeah. She knows him.
She knows how to fight them too. Oh. Oh my god. All my childhood dreams came true.
Jeez.
Oh wow.
Wow, they spared no one.
Ooh.
Electra, no!
Oh no! You distracted her.
Oh no.
Oh, that's a big gash. Oh no!
Oh no.
Oh, focus.
Stick's gonna murder y'all.
Oh yeah, he doesn't give a shit.
No.
So, who wants to get the hell out of here?
Me.
Hey, daddy, who left me?
Yeah.
Second
Oh, yay.
daddy.
That's so funny. I was always just like, oh, they're like Stick, and then Stick shows up. Like, hello. Did someone call?
Yeah.
We need to get her to a hospital.
Doctors can't help her. I can. I'm going to your place. It's your only shot.
Sweetie, stay with me.
Oh, he said sweetie?
Can you save her?
Not before I make her worse.
Stick, take it easy.
Those blades were poison. She'll be dead in 20 minutes. I'll pull some serious juju out of my ass. Make a goddamn thing.
Oh.
Easy, young lady. I'm right
Oh.
She'll recover.
here. 24 hours will tell. I've known her to pull through worse.
What'd you just say?
Ellie's a real fighter. Always has been.
You know her?
I didn't mention that.
Colonel, how long have you known the defendant?
I'd say the better part of a decade.
I wonder if you could tell us how Lieutenant Frank Castle won the Navy Cross.
Lieutenant Frank Castle was part of a small team that was conducting a close target reconnaissance in the vicinity of the Hindu Kush. The mission became compromised, taking enemy contact on 3 sides. Lieutenant Castle wanted to abort, pulling the plug would save lives. Officer in charge said no. The first hour, the officer in charge of that mission got his arm blown off. Frank went to the LZ all by himself. Draw the bastards away. Frank against God knows how many. And then there was silence. The team thinks, that's it. Frank's dead, and we're next. Next sound they hear is the helos, the helicopters. They get to the landing zone, you know what they see? Frank Castle, standing there, grinning. 32 Moors surrounding him.
Wow.
If you had to sum up Frank Castle, how would you do it?
I would say Frank Castle is a man who would gladly give his life to keep others safe.
And the crimes he's accused of today, could the man you knew have committed them?
Absolutely not. Lieutenant Frank Castle that I know is a hero, man who deserves our respect.
Thank you, sir. No more questions, Your Honor.
Oh God, what's the GA gonna pull out?
My father served in Vietnam. He said the only people who truly know what happened are the ones that were there. He told a nice story, Colonel. But how can we know that it happened the way you described?
Well, perhaps I wasn't clear. I was there, ma'am. That officer that didn't listen to Frank, you're looking at him. And believe me when I tell you, I thank God every day that I only lost my arm.
Nice.
No further questions at this time, Your Honor.
It all began centuries ago. Nobody knows how many, but the shit we're dipping into is ancient. Bloodthirsty, greedy brutes after loot, pussy, booze, same old, same old. But one day, one of these collections of assholes comes across a thing they can barely understand. Real treasure, not gold or rubies or any of that. They found the secret.
What secret?
Immortality. And finally give themselves a name, the Hand. But the Hand made one mistake.
They made enemies.
Bingo. Some say it was just a kid. Hand comes into his village, kills everyone. Kid pulls the knife from the breast of his dead mother. He cuts down some of the Hand's finest warriors. They give him a name, the Chaste.
In this fairy tale, you're the Chase, right? That's
why I didn't tell you.
No, it's good. It leaves you front and center, finding the Hand, keeping the black skies at bay.
Welcome to the world, kid. Electra works for me.
Damn, I have chills.
Could you please describe the damage Mr. Castle sustained from the bullet?
It fragmented on impact, causing damage in both the right frontal lobe and temporal lobe of his brain.
What are the effects of such an injury?
Mr. Castle is suffering from what we call sympathetic storming. It's a heightened and ongoing state of fight or flight in which the sympathetic nervous system is hyperactive, as if he is reliving the incident of trauma over and over again.
Wow.
And would you say that Frank Castle's mental state satisfies the definition of extreme emotional disturbance?
Objection! Calls for a conclusion.
Your Honor, Dr. Lee is an expert on the brain. He is qualified to an opinion, and said opinion is not only relevant, but imperative to the case.
Overruled.
Personally, I do believe he is suffering from EED, yes. Frank Castle's been through hell.
You killed my dad! I don't give a shit what He was my dad, and now he's gone!
I'm now instructing each and every one of you to disregard that outburst and to not let it influence your opinions on this case.
It doesn't work.
Yeah.
Okay. You gotta do something for me. I need you to take the stand.
What do you think's gonna happen here? We're not gonna win this thing.
No, but we can still reduce the charges.
Foggy. Hey. He'll do it. He'll take the stand.
Brothers, you heard that kid? Why are we helping him?
Do you think that Frank is completely and totally mentally healthy?
I think he's batshit.
Yeah? Well, then that's why you help him.
Matt and I are partners for a reason. There's some things that I'm better at, and there's things that he's better at. This is something that he'll be better at.
He's barely spent 2 seconds with Frank.
I know, but this moment, Matt is the right person to question Frank. He just is.
Listen to Foggy.
Okay, get him.
Why can't you get him though, Foggy?
Uh-oh, is she gonna go into the house?
Stick told me about some secret Japanese organization.
They won't stop until they've infiltrated your whole city. Killed every last member of the Chaste. We live on the front lines.
It doesn't mean we have to fight Stick's way. He kills his enemies, and we don't have to.
You make that choice, Answer.
No, it's not easy. It's impossible. But it's a choice, and it's a choice that I remake every single day. And you can too.
Matthew, there are things about me you don't know.
I don't need to know.
I want you to.
I don't care. Whatever you've done in the past. All right, you could have killed those men at the hole, but you didn't. Because you're not Stick.
He can hear you.
I don't care. When you were hurt, when I thought I might lose you, I felt hollow. Now, I have no reason to trust you. You've lied to me more times than I can count. But if you leave Stick, be with me. Fight this war by my side, my way.
Got company.
Hey.
You were right.
Stick, why you go do that?
Let's go somewhere.
No,
So
why?
that we can talk.
I don't want to.
I know this looks crazy, but it's really not.
It doesn't matter. Frank Castle's going to take the stand tomorrow. And your friend could use your help. That's all.
Nice meeting you.
Stick.
Like, Stick is there too, though. Like, I wouldn't think that. I would think something's up, but like...
Yeah.
I called you here to be useful for a change. We need to get Frank to tell a story in a way that keeps him out of prison and alive. Martin, you put all that torture you put me and Karen through to good use. Okay, here's the play. Walk Frank through his story. Connect the dots between the colonel and the neurologist. We don't have to prove that Frank's version of events is true. We just have to convince the jury that he believes it and he relives it every day. Think about what you want, Frank.
What?
Think about what you want, Frank?
I'm gonna tell you exactly what kind of man you are. You're the kind of man this city needs. Because, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we all know this city needs help. Not tomorrow, next week, not when the day comes when the corruption that Wilson Fisk left in his wake is flushed out for good and the police force is finally back on its feet. We need it now. We're willing to take the fight. The kind of people who risk their lives so that we can walk safe at night in our own neighborhoods. New York needs these people. We need heroes.
Order!
The help they offer and the hope that they provide. Frank Castle wanted to help, but he took it too far. He shot people. It's against the law, and he broke that law many, many times. He's not malicious in intent. Frank Castle is actually a good man. He doesn't know the difference between right and wrong anymore, and he doesn't need punishment for that. He needs help. That's the kind of man Frank Castle is. And now you have to decide what kind of jury you want to be.
That's it.
Your Honor, can I say something?
You may.
I'm smack dab in the middle of my right goddamn mind, and any scumbag, any lowlife, any maggot piece of shit that I put down, I did it because I liked it. Hell, I loved it. I'm sitting here, I'm just itching. I'm itching to do it again. And
Oh. He's trying to get them to do something.
I'm guilty, you hear me? I'm guilty. I'm guilty. I'll kill everyone.
I mean, he certainly made himself seem crazy.
You provoked him.
I didn't provoke that. What are you talking
I
about?
had it lined up for you. We could have gotten the charges reduced. All you had to do was get Frank to tell his story. Instead, you veer off into vigilante land. I'm glad we lost. You hear me? I'm glad.
Foggy.
Karen, let him go.
I don't want to hear
Karen, can I talk to you for 5 seconds, please?
Another bullshit excuse. Maybe you are an alcoholic. Maybe you're in a fight club. Maybe you are sleeping with a whole harem of women. I don't care. I'm done.
Go back to bed, Ellie.
I'm not a child.
You can't be with him.
Why?
You can't change what you are.
Matthew thinks I can, and I believe him. Get out before I get nasty.
You're in no fit state to do that. Uh-oh. I hope you're listening. Or are they in
They
there
don't have
already?
heartbeats.
That's right. Are they poison arrows? Oh, she's not at 100%. Oh, did you get him?
Who do you work for?
He'll never tell.
He's gonna kill himself.
You tell them, whoever they are, I'm gonna find them. And when I do, I'm
gonna not kill them.
Just a kid.
Yeah.
Oh, Electra! Electra!
What did you do?
This is who I am. Matthew.
Toilet cleaner, baking soda, pliers.
I got this one.
Who are you? he wants him out?
I don't know.
It's Kingpin.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, dang. He's got that prison body.
Yeah.
I see you got my message.
What? Oh.
So many questions.
Yeah.
What? Are they teaming up now? Jeez.
He's a bad guy.
Yeah.
Punisher would want him dead.
I wonder what he said to him. I'm sure we'll find out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really liked this episode. For me, it was less to do with like the fighting and the action this time, but it was more to do with the questions about like morality and who we are, can we change? And I thought that stuff with him and Elektra was so interesting because I understand where she's coming from, where she has been told that she is this particular type of person and she's done bad things and she's killed people and she has this darkness within her, which is like the flames of that darkness is fueled by Stick and his ideology. And then here she is reunited with Matt again, and she sees his light, the light that she was unable to snuff out. And he offers her the opportunity to kind of become the person that he sees her to be and to be better. And she wants to take it. But then at the very last moment, she reverts back to making that same choice of killing instead of, you know, doing his way. So it's like, can we really change? You know, who are we?
Yeah, I love that part because the part that I love about him and the Catholicism is that you bring into this question, like, we don't really know what's right and wrong. Like, as human beings, we're all interpreting what we think could be right or wrong. And although I do think we shouldn't be the ones making the decision of people living or dying, sometimes what we saw with Elektra, she would have died and she wouldn't have been injured if she had killed that person.
Yeah.
It's so complicated. And I love what she brings out of him because he has to like continue evolving as a character and as a hero and figuring out where he lives in this world. But Stick is like kind of a groomer in that sense. He's like putting his ideology in her and she is who she is now.
That's really hard, but I think the writing there was so good because you can kind of see both sides of that. And talking about his Catholicism as well, a moment that nearly brought me to tears was when she was dying and he was kneeling beside her and holding her hand and he was praying. And I don't know what it was about that, but I think there was a certain purity in his love and his faith, you know, that in those darkest moments when you don't know what to do, perhaps all you can do is pray. And I guess it reminds me sometimes of like that part of me where like, I don't know, as I've grown older, I've kind of, I guess, become more rational-ish in a way in my thinking and like stepped away from a lot of the religion that was taught to me when I was younger. But every now and then there is something comforting in certain moments to just say an Our Father. And it's like, I feel better now.
Girl, I feel you on that. I'm not religious. I grew up Catholic, but every now and then I do say the Our Father because I pray still. I'm very spiritual, and there's that moment where there's comfort in that, and that is why a lot of oppressed groups of people cling on to religion because when it's the only form of hope, it's so powerful. And then at the same time, it made him realize, like, he didn't want to live without her.
Yeah.
And, like, I don't know if he's ever wanted to be not with her, even though she is the exact opposite of what his life is and what his choices are. But I want to know where Stick goes. He said he's bringing the band back. Who's the band?
Who's the band? Like, I don't know, but that is very, very interesting. And it was exciting to have Stick back. You know, even though I think you made a really great comment last season when he left and you said something like, bye toxic. Like, because he is toxic, and he does kind of have the hallmarks of an abusive parent, but he is a really interesting character because he's someone who is very, very strong in his convictions. He's not easily swayed, and when you pit that against someone else who is equally as stubborn, like Daredevil, then, you know, you have some interesting conflict. And the thing thing that they do really well in the show is like they make characters who have very compelling beliefs, and they kind of force you, the audience, to live in that gray area where you're like, well, yeah, I can kind of see why this one person's belief might be correct, but equally this other person's belief is also correct. So like, where do we stand as an audience as they're showing us all this stuff?
Yes, and on the flip side of that, like, while I do totally empathize with Matt here, like, he loves her and he wants to be with her, at the same time, when she is around, problems are caused.
That's true.
And he's implicating Foggy and Karen. He doesn't care that the case is lost, but, you know, everyone looking at their law firm does, and that's all Foggy has. Matt has this double life. Foggy doesn't. He's a lawyer.
That's true.
And he left the big law firm to do this with Matt, and now it's like Matt's leaving him hanging.
Yeah, I mean, I found that extremely frustrating. Like, I do want to see Matt do more lawyer work, and it, like I said, it has been really lacking this season. It's frustrating because he's deserting his friends, who all they've done is be there for him, and then that's something that I find really hard to stomach.
It's great character arc because, you know, we all go through these moments where we like prioritize one thing over the other, and we lose kind of focus on our balance, especially because he's like a warrior. You have to find balance. It's so important in everything you do. Like, I don't think that you can find peace in one area if one area is completely forgotten. And he's like in this moment where he's, I think, questioning or re-questioning what he wants to do and how he wants to do it. Like, even before she killed him, she was like, I'm gonna find those guys and kill. He almost said kill them. Like, he's kind of losing himself.
Exactly. And it is what he said, you know, he has to make a choice every day, and he has to recommit himself to that choice every day. And I think for anyone, regardless of what it is that we're doing, whatever decisions, big or small, it is about making a commitment to doing that. Whether it's like, I'm going to go to the gym every day, or like whether it's I'm going to continue loving this person and like committing my life to them. It's a daily choice, and you have to work at it, and she does challenge him in that way. But I also really loved the moment where after she murdered that kid, she's all like, this is who I am, you know, can you still love me? And that felt so vulnerable to me, because I think obviously not all of us are murderers, right? And not all of us have super dark secrets, but there are parts of us that we are afraid to show people that we love, because we have this fear of like not being good enough or failing in some way and not being loved. And so that felt like a really real moment to me, where I was just like, oh, I see that little girl in you who's just like, oh, I just want to be loved.
And she's killing a murderer. It's like there's so much gray area, right?
But he's a kid.
Yeah, but he was a kid.
Yeah.
She could see it.
That could have been her as well. Like, I imagine that she must have been indoctrinated when she was young. And it's like, okay, well, how much choice did that person
He was
have?
sent out
So
on orders.
It's all a gray area.
Yeah.
And that's what this show is really good at. And I
good.
like that a lot. So you guys, if you enjoyed the episode, please don't forget to like the video, subscribe, all that good stuff. And we will catch you next time. I'm ACHARA KIRK. This is
STEPH.
Ciao.